All right, so welcome to the first episode of Tea Time. I'm so excited because it's the first episode, first time I'm doing this, so hopefully it goes smoothly. Today, I'm here with Yessenia Ortiz. People refer to her as Yessie. She's from the Lazuline Chapter of Fall 2014. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
All right, so the reason I chose you for this interview was because because so that one time came to OU, and that was an interesting road trip in itself. So I assumed, you know what, she's Miss Worldwide. I see her traveling. I know she got some stories, so I'm ready to hear it.
Yeah, for Ohio, I think that's not the furthest I've driven so far. Like as a sister, Indiana was 11 hours. Ohio
Oh my God.
was just short of like 8. So well, 8 is some change. And I will say, Indiana was just myself and another sister, but Ohio was myself and a car full of muse. And I felt like Ohio was the most adventurous to get there because we only had like a day to spend with you guys. We only had a day to spend there. Everything that led up to that, right? Going in the middle of the night at like 8 o'clock, piling sisters into the car, thinking of everybody's work schedule before we have to get back, trying to make sure we all eat. I'm someone who doesn't make any stops either. So I had to train everybody's bladder in there. I said, we're not stopping. We're only going to stop one time. And if you got to stop, I want you to like stick your behind out the window. You have to be on the side of the road. Like,
we in and out.
Doing this.
Yes.
We're getting to Ohio.
So do you prefer like bigger groups, or do you prefer like one or two sisters on the road?
I feel like for the longer trip, I would have preferred more of us, just because like we, a long time ago too, we did like a big pile up in a van, and all of us went to Atitlan, which is IUP, and that's only 4 hours. But I would have preferred a van for the 11-hour trip versus the car. But the 8-hour trip, I guess I do prefer. I prefer a whole group of us because you never know who you're going to meet along the way, and you never know how you're going to connect. And I think that road trip brought myself, and all of us were from different semesters. So I think it brought all of us a lot closer together in like a matter of 8 hours.
Oh, was that the first time you guys met?
No. So we met before then. I had a hand, of course, in all of their process, like all of their orientation process. But they... it was the first time we all got to go together to something. So we had 2 performers and then 3 sisters who would like man tables, recruitment. Like these are the face sisters. These are sisters who will talk and get out there. So we didn't I guess you just don't expect to get in the car together. And when we got in the car together, I'm like, there's like 6 different semesters in this car right now. And we had stories for days about like just our own time through you, and then being able to add this to our memory. And of course, like you were there, so we got to add you to our memory too, when we got to share all the crazy things that happened.
That is so cool, honestly. I never thought about that. Like, just a bunch of storytelling. Do you consume your time that way? Do you guys tell stories? Do you have like a playlist? Like, what's your way of travel?
I am the certified DJ mute as well. So outside of traveling, people nonstop ask me about like playlists. They're like, yes, he always has tracks. So they're constantly asking me questions, constantly asking for me to share links of my music. So what I'll do is I'll try to like start easy. We'll listen to some tunes, let it play because I like what I like. So it's just going to do what it's going to do. And then if I feel like, you remember when this song played and that memory, it triggers everybody else to start talking about something. Some people like to talk during the whole drive, and I don't personally like that. So I don't want to hear you the whole ride. I just, a portion of the ride, we could chat it up. And some people just talk over the music.
Are you usually the driver or the passenger?
I'm usually the driver. I have a lot of passenger princesses, especially in you.
Oh, me too. I don't have my license either, so I'm the passenger princess.
But it's always a good time. As long as you know what you need to do as the passenger princess, it's all that matters.
No, honestly, I'm a terrible passenger princess. I'd be falling asleep. I feel so bad.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't have put you in the front.
Yeah.
I would have put you in the front. She got to go to the back. Because if you you sleeping, then I'm sleeping because I'm tired.
I know. I feel so bad. I always apologize after. It depends on the night, honestly.
True. I feel you. Don't go on long road trips like that. You gotta eat all the candy. You gotta be sugared up, amped up.
Honestly, I don't think I could do that. I get really nauseous during road trips. Yeah, I can't last more than like an hour.
Right? Like the little that you could wear.
Oh, they have glasses?
Yeah, car motion sickness glasses. They look a little silly, but they're really cute. Like to help you.
Oh, I'm gonna look into that because I had no idea. Thank you for letting me know.
No problem.
All right, well, tell me about your favorite road trip.
My favorite road trip. I'm gonna take it back. Although Ohio definitely was like number one up there.
Oh, really?
A favorite road trip that I had initially was like a long time. I think it was probably like a year after my line sisters and I had become sisters. So I think it was 2015. We drove to Buffalo from Lancaster. Now, from Lancaster, that's like 8 hours. We were in the car, but we made a pit stop at Coronis, which is Cortland. And then we kept driving up till we got to Buffalo. Now, that entire weekend, that entire trip was just long. Like, there's nothing you see out there, nothing. But I will say that having those pit stops was just an amazing time. Like, we got to hang out with our line brothers who are founders from Cortland. We got to, like, chill, laugh, enjoy each other's company. And then when we got to Buffalo, their stroll show was the most lit thing I think I've ever attended. We went and had a good time at the house. I met brothers and sisters from all over. There were brothers from Connecticut there, sisters from all over the place. And we were just in one hub. And we showed out for that step show. Like, we showed out. I've never attended it. I never experienced it, but it was beautiful when we did. And then it was just like, time to pack up. The weekend's over. Go back home. And it took like 8 or 10 hours to get back. I wasn't the driver that time because I didn't have my license. But I was in the back seat, like, sprawled out.
Chilling.
Done for the whole weekend.
I love that. I've noticed that a lot of events, upsilons run deep. Always run deep.
They do. And I think what I try to do, at least when I'm going to go somewhere, I try to post around to see if other people want to go. And I think sometimes when you know someone you know is going, you might get excited to go. I tend to know most people's schedules in Philly. And I'm like, I know you're free. Like, come on. Like, let's go show support. Because I feel like, for COVID and everything that's happened, it took so much of that out, right? And we didn't get an opportunity to do that as much in the last 2 or 3 years. But now, I'm right back on the road. So whoever wants to go drive out anywhere, I'm always like, we're down, we're leaving. Like, for example, I have a trip coming up this Thursday. I'm going to fly out to Arizona.
Oh,
for like the 5th time. Yeah. I'm going to go visit Upsilons in Arizona. Because they're hopefully going to welcome new members, and I'm excited to just go. You just get on a plane, or you just get in your car and go.
Is this your first time in Arizona? Oh, no, you said you've been in Arizona before.
It's like my 5th time now. Yeah, I'm going to go support my line brother out there.
Oh, that is so fun. So what number trip is this?
This number trip, I feel like this year has been wild. Like,
yeah, I peeped. I see on your stories, too.
I feel like this number trip for the year is probably like number 10, 11. Because some of the events that are closer, like in Pennsylvania, I don't count. And if it's anything over 3 hours, I don't like that. I'll count. You know what I mean? Anything under 3 hours, and I'm like, that's around the corner. Like, we can go there and support. So if I see an event and I'm available, I'll go. That's kind of how I feel about it. And I'll try to recruit as many people to go with me.
I'm gonna keep that in mind because Philly's close. It's an hour away.
So
I'm noting
you
that.
You get right on the train. You get on a little mega, and I will meet you at the 30th Street and pick you up. Like, I've had plenty of people travel to different parts, or people will write to me now, and they'll be like, "Oh, yes, I see you're going to Arizona. Like, I want to go. Next time, let me know when you're leaving." Or someone will be like, "Oh, are you going to this? I just want to double check because I know you leave." And I was like, "Yeah, I just get up and go."
I love that. I heard that. Now I'm noting that too for the next trip I want to go to.
Yep.
Hit up Yessie. What you doing?
Come find me because I'm always down.
Well, thank you. That was really good. That was really good. I appreciate you coming. Do you have any final words?
Any final words? I will say, while life is busy, and I'm a working woman, and I'm sure everyone else is out there working busy, has responsibilities, right? I would say definitely take the time to just think about what your schedule looks like, and if you're free, go to an event, right? If you're in the area, go to an event. If you see that other people are going and you might not know who they are, go. You know what I mean? Because they have space in their car. There is an opportunity to get to know each other, whether it's a brother or sister, and it's just a good time. Like, you're always gonna have a good time. You just have to put yourself in the space to have it. So I think that if you can travel while you can, while we're all young and as old as we feel or whatever, we're just gonna go out and travel. Just do it, because if you don't, you're gonna miss out on a lot of good things.
That is true. Thank you for that piece of advice, and thank you again for coming. Oh, this episode's gonna be lit.
Thank you for having me. I like this. Episode 1.
Yeah. All right. So welcome.